Hello, welcome back. Last time I got the mutual crystal, which was great and surprisingly easy. Then I tried for a while on the cupboard crystal and got snarled in a big tangled mess and couldn't quite get it. In the interest of not doing the same thing twice in a row, let's go try for low tide, because I'm not sure I've ever actually really tried for this crystal. I found a way to paradox early on, and it was a very silly way. And then I just worked on that and didn't really do the crystal activities here. This is a 2-room puzzle. There's oobleck in it. I need to extract 2 oobleck to form keys up here by doing this whenever I want. And that'll get me the crystal. Easy, right? Yeah, easy, sure. There, I'm outside of the oobleck. Perfect. Okay, so there's a jar spot. This is giving me barter vibes. Not in the bad way, though. Although this part is giving me Barter 2 vibes. What's that actually called? The paradox of high tide. Yeah, well that makes sense. This is low tide. Okay, so this is acid. I can oobleck up another one of these chests, but... Right, okay, so an action that I can take is to put this off the ledge, but I don't want to, because then it's stuck down there. But if I have the means to... If I set down a couple of jars up here, that restart was completely pointless. The puzzle was in its base state already. What can I do with a jar, in theory? Like, what could I accomplish? I could bring this into it and get a copy of it. Let's just do that. So you disenchant. I can do a weird trick to keep you enchanted for a bit longer. I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything with this. Now hold up. Instead of bringing the green chest down there, let's bring a few jars down there. Why a few? I'm not sure yet. But I have some idea that somehow this is going to be useful. It's not. This is a no-op. If I put a jar in a jar... Nothing really happens other than that I can make a broken jar. Now let's do that just to have done it. Okay, I did it. Alright. So, alright, I gotta get over my loss aversion and at some point sacrifice this chest to do what exactly? Alright, let's lose everything. You go down in the pit. Key comes in here. Why does it do that? No, it doesn't. This comes into itself. Alright, so I just need to do this to understand what's happening. Nothing good. Really nothing good. Yeah, I've just made everything worse. Although I can undo it. No, I can't. Okay, so what? Where is there a useful operation anywhere in here? At some point, oobleck has to come to the top level. I know that for sure. So let's work backward from there. That has to happen twice. Or one that's already been transformed to a key, that also works. I can't bring a key and get Oobleck back out, because I have to handle the key to open the door, and Oobleck will transform. However, that's right, there's the mechanic of it not transforming when it's in the acid. However, how did I ever get any Oobleck into the acid in the first place? Maybe that was when I was doing paradox stuff. Okay, pardon the interruption. So, what am I... Oh... I mean, I could start with one of these again. How is it? My mouth has to be out of the water, and that was no good. Let's see if this goes anywhere. This paradoxed me. That also looks no good. That does. Oops, I messed it up. Let's see if this is useful. That's no good. Do it late. That might be late enough. It was not. How did this help me paradox? Oops. It'll at least let me play with Oobleck states in water, I think. How will it do that? By getting this over here where I can take Oobleck into it. Right, so with this in my hand, if that's in the acid, it does not transform. I don't have a way to get out of here at this point with what I have. That just gets me kind of stuck. Okay, so since I took that over the threshold already, nothing's any good. I'm just not seeing the first step here. Like, what do I even start with? Things I can bring in here. A jar. The chest. A key, if I put something all the way down there. Okay, so hang on. Here's some operations I can do. I can make a jar, put a jar in a jar, and then maybe that will be useful for something somehow. With a jar in a jar... Why would that matter? I mean, I'm not coming out of here with anything better than a key. Wait a second. Okay, so if I have a key inside a... Yeah, this really is High Tide Paradox again, isn't it? Feels a lot like it to me. Okay, so the obvious implication of this is as a spot to handle that, where I pull 2 Oobleck out and I'm able to do something with that. Implying Oobleck can come to the top level. It really does have to, because I can't unpack 2 objects. I can pack 2 objects. Jar makes that possible. But I can't get 2 objects out unless I make 2 separate trips, respawning the room. So this key is never going into anywhere unless I'm done with it at the top level, therefore I'd already have another one. Because I could never pull anything out that's better than just the key. So key does not go in, key stays here as my duplication reference. Oobleck has to come out. Alright, so Oobleck has to come out to the top level, somehow. How do you imagine that would happen? By having an extra key there. Okay, so maybe here's the thing. I can... I think I see something. Let's try this. So this will lose me the puzzle right here, but don't worry about that part. That doesn't work. Does it? This will just keep on making more of that chest. Huh? No, I can't race that. Oh, right! Water! That's the other thing I can do. Whoa! Okay, I knew I had to be missing something fundamental. Right, okay. I can make a wet room, by the way. That changes a few things. Okay. Like, I just had nothing going. Alright, so if the room is wet, I can get the oobleck out. That makes a lot more sense. Alright. So... there is one obvious way to do that, and it's just like this. Okay, room is wet. Which is not great, but there's lots that I can do here. So I stash this in the water. I handle this and take it back onto the dry. I take an oobleck in here. I jar that up. Do I now? Well, I could maybe. And then I take this back out. And this at least gets me as far as... The jarring step was unnecessary. As far as this. Okay. 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 We have something going, finally. So, I opened one door. Now, all I gotta do is make that happen twice. Two things need to come out here. So if I'm not preserving the greenness of this chest... I mean, why not? I know how to do that. Some people claim this may not be the intended solution to the puzzle. I don't listen to everything I hear. So I'm going to have this in my lexicon of things I could do. And it doesn't really solve anything, does it? If I want to make this wet... it'll get disenchanted anyway, so no, I might as well start from something cleaner. So while that helped me paradox... Okay, see, I'm doing that for no reason, just because it's fun. If I'm bringing one thing out... Okay, so at the top level here, I can create more jars, which are endpoints that I can enter and then exit with a different object, potentially. This particular jar doesn't let me do that, really, because the only other object here is Oobleck, and unless I bring a key, and even then it doesn't help. So if we do this... I get a piece of this, sure. That's cool. I don't want to take it back out. I want to jar... What? So I have only one exit out of the top level right now, and that's a problem. I lose my chest too early. If I bring this out, it's just an ungreen version of what I had. Now, what I guess I can do here that doesn't seem useful... That's because it's not. Bring this in here, and no. Okay, so hang on, another thing I can do. Jar inside here. So that jar will remain dry, and I can bring it into this if I want, but that's my one and only chest. And why would I even want that? I'm gonna leave it here for now. So I can make more chests, sure. But I have just one exit out of the top level, and nothing else up there, so this cannot solve the puzzle. I can make more of whatever I want at this layer, but I need to bring two things out. Okay, so the bandwidth problem. I have to bring two things out. There's no transporting this up here. It's just a reference copy. This will never open a door. Unless it's the door in here, and I don't know why it would do that. Do I? I don't think so. At the very minimum, I really need... an extra jar up here. But I can't imagine how that extra jar would be useful for anything. It's dry. I get nothing out of it. Like, if I could bring two wet ones, that'd be nice, but I can't. I can only unpack one object. I can pack two, I can unpack one. So what transformation, without carrying this chest in, gets Oobleck or Key out of one of these? Or chest. Oobleck or key or chest. That would imply I'd have to bring the chest, sure. Bringing the chest out means I don't get a key. Bringing Oobleck out means I don't get the chest. Bringing a key out means I don't get the Oobleck. I get one object out of a jar. It can never be two no matter what I ever do. One object out means, at minimum, I must have an extra jar up here, but this jar is useless. There's nothing I can do with this jar. Okay, so bring a chest in here. And I get Oobleck. Cool. I lose the chest, though, of course. Bring a jar in here, I get nothing. Bring a key in here, and I get a key. So chest is the most interesting transformation. And the only way to make more top-level objects here is just to make this jar. That chest has to come in, but I need another of it. At this level, and that's impossible. Yeah, that is strictly impossible, because if the chest has to come in and only one can come out, then no matter what I do in there, I can never have two out here. Okay, so no matter what, there are never two of this chest at the top level. That is strictly impossible. False. No, it isn't. Nope, I have a way to do that. Because this is permanent, I can pull a trick. And get two. Sort of. I think in a way that is true. Sort of. No, this is not any good. Now you're a key. Of course you are. And now you're gonna be a key. That one's not good enough. Okay, well you're the other one then. That one's not good enough. Okay, well you're an extra then. That one might be good enough, I can't tell. It's not. Double Oobleck jar. Doesn't matter. It's not even what I want. What I was trying to make was Oobleck and chest jar. Why though? Wait. Sure. But I can't. That just gives me chest and chest jar. No, it doesn't, because the acid prevents transmutation. Wait, now I could use that to transport some stuff around. I want both of you, and I can't have both of you. Losing the chest's no good. Is it? Well, no. Having Oobleck out there doesn't help me get another something. So I'm just back in this state with chest permanence. Why is that chest permanent? Just so I can paradox? It's going right through my eyeball. Oh, I got a thing. I got a thing. I got a thing. I got a thing. Chest can go down here. Well, if I hadn't dunked it in the water, it could. So yeah, an operation I can do that is sort of new. This one doesn't need any special requirements. This can just be up here. If the chest is already down here, then I go in here and stop dunking it in acid. With the jar up there, I can teleport it back. So that is an effect that the permanence has. Once it's down here, it dunked again. Once it's down here... No, I don't need that one for that ends. I can leave, and I can have done some operations down here, and then I can get it back up. So that's an effect of the permanence. Okay. That's only if I avoid the dip in the water, which still does feel kind of dicey. Sure was useful for getting into the paradox, though. But would that help me with the main puzzle? I can't use that trick to transport this key up there. Can I? Maybe I can. No, not meaningfully. One entry means I exit with one object. If it's a jar, then that room is gone afterward. If it's a chest, that's also true, but then I can do another one. I need, at a minimum, 2 entrances up here. That could be just one chest that I enter twice. It could be 2 jars that I enter separately. Each time I enter a jar, I need to come out with Oobleck in that case. Enter jar, exit with Oobleck means jar needs to be wet. Or Oobleck needs to have been repositioned within the jar, which is a thing I can do with a copy of the chest without ever getting it wet, right? Well, other than, you know, that. Not exactly. Okay, so what was the idea? No, I have to get this wet. And if I've done this... I don't get it. I don't know what you want from me. Well, and there was something that was supposed to happen if I would, I can make all the oobleck I want at this level. I don't think I want any, though. Okay, here's the thing that I was picturing. A dry version of this room with oobleck in a jar that I can access. Why would that matter? I don't think it does. That just opens me one door. Okay, there's not some way to transport this key that I'm not thinking of, right? If I'm ooblecking it, that's the easy, direct way, which is no worse than, like, jarring it and then ooblecking that jar to transport it. That's not really meaningful. There's no potential of entering the chest, moving it, and then exiting it. So not using the green chest for transport at all. Feels like I'm just missing another basic mechanic. It already happened once today, maybe it's happened a second time. Initial state transformations. Put chest over cliff. Enter chest. That's all. Putting chest over cliff is strictly worse in every possible way, other than that I can get a key in here, so it opens up that state transition. But that one is no good for anything. Other than making key jars, but that doesn't mean anything. Especially if they're down in the pit. I guess I'm probing for any possibility other than 2 oobleck must come right basically where I'm standing. Something that's already been transformed into a key could come there. Once I have one key up top, I've lost everything, except for other jars I could have created and never entered, which therefore would just be in the room's default state pretty much. So I could oobleck a jar, but at that point I can never... So I can only get an oobleck by trading the chest, right? Chest is the thing that has to get wet. The chest getting wet is the only way I know how to get oobleck, other than unlocking it with a key. But I have to have already had another oobleck for that not to lose me my only key in the world. Okay, yeah, so there's no using that key until I've duplicated it, that's for sure. It seems like there's some way to use the key after I've duplicated it once in order to make a profit on something. Everything has to come back to the top. That's where the crystal is, the only place where it is. This room is not contained in any chest. There's nothing I can do about that. I have to go in and come back out. I can make assertions all day, but all this is doing is reaffirming that I have no route to the crystal. All interesting ways that look like they might be different from what I've already tried are immediate, unresolvable dead ends. I must have 2 entrances to exit with 2 objects. So it must somehow be useful to either have a jar in the state that that one out there is, or the state that this one is. Because those are the only possibilities. It's one or the other. And one is the other, it's just that there's also another of it inside itself. And that's, like, obviously useless? This contains oobleck, yes. I can't get it. Even if I had a key, I couldn't get it. I'd get a key. Why would I bring a key to get a key? There might be a reason. I'd bring a key to get a key if that key couldn't... Well, no, I wouldn't. I can't bring a key. Unless I take this one down here. I hear this sad little shuffle. Just like High Tide Paradox. He is here. Great. Nothing happens. No, puzzle, I don't accept this state of affairs. I'm gonna figure out what I'm missing here. Okay, I have a new and moderately interesting idea. I don't know how it could lead to a solution, but I did realize there's a thing I can do here. Let's do a silly little operation. So right here, I've manufactured a broken jar without losing anything. I'm gonna plunk it down here where this key is. That's an inconvenient spot, but you know what? That's where it is. I'm gonna do it again. Alright, both of those jars are intact. Now, this one is used up, that one is broken. Alright, so with 2 broken jars... that does give me the means to come down here with the chest, maybe do some operation with that key inside it. What that operation is, I'm not sure, but maybe I can do something. I could, like, jar up 2 keys or something, but, you know, alright, so here. I've had the key in the chest, so those 2 have been together. Maybe this is interesting. Hold up. If I jar this... Well, no, then I don't have another key. Okay, well, the key's been in the chest, so if I wanted to do that, it's done. Now... I have the means to easily transport this back. So there's a 3rd room I can go to, and it's this one. And that might be useful That's transport back up here for permanent objects, like the chest. Okay, that feels like it's probably part of the puzzle. Why do I want to bring that key into this chest, though? I know a reason. Oh, wait, I think I have something here. I see one step further, and I feel a hint that it might go more than one step further. So we'll do this again. Manufacture 2 broken jars. Number 1 goes here. That's a pretty cool little trick. I do like it. Number 2 is going to come down the pit with me, and that pit's kind of real inconvenient, but... Chest goes down, I get my hands on the key at the same time, and by bringing this in... I can jar up a room where... Where the door is open and I still have access to a key, yes, but that's just jarring up this key. Well, I can jar up both keys. I can't lose the permanence of the chest, though. Like, that has to stay for this transport trick to work. Okay, well, let me do what I said I would do. Doesn't feel useful. This jar in my hand now has a key I can access from it, but how is that better than just having a key? It's really not. In fact, it's worse. So no, I'm gonna pull the key out. Only the chest comes along with me in this process, so this is just a way to get that back up there by itself. Ah, now, okay, so one thing that does do... I think it gives me a non-timing sensitive way to get the green chest into this room without losing its permanence. Yeah, okay, so that is a way that I could circumvent the whole, jump out of the acid at exactly the right time thing. Therefore, it's possible that this exists only for paradoxing purposes. I need a third one to do this. No, I enter you. Huh. This goes in here. I leave it. I take one of these in here. I bring the chest. Oh, I was supposed to take a different kind of jar. But yeah, that could paradox me, I think. Right. Oh, what am I doing? Where am I? I got lost. Okay. So broken jar number 1. Broken jar number 2. So chest goes into a broken jar. From here, I enter this and make another something. No, I did it wrong. I want to at least understand this. I think I do, but I want to, like, actually cause a paradox this way to verify that that's what it's for. Let me be very clear in what I want to do here. It's so hard to keep anything in my head in this game. So I need the chest inside a broken jar, and me inside that chest, and then another broken jar with me in there. So I take one of these in here and jar it up. Why do I do that? So I would take this into one of those, leave it there, exit. Okay, right, so what I need is a normal jar here. Why? So that I have a different room to put the chest into. So this goes in here. I leave it. But I have to enter it while carrying something. I have to be inside the chest, then move the chest. So I need to get into that chest with a broken jar. Oh, yeah, sure. So I just get inside that chest with a broken jar. But so I need a third one, right? Ugh. No, no. Why is this so hard to do? Seems like it ought to be simple. But it's just hard to understand, like, the number of entries and exits. Like, why does it need 3? Because I go into one... Because it's the way that permanent object transport works. It requires 2 entries just to do one thing. Well, 1 entry per object carried with me. So I think it's right to have 3 broken jars. I just, like, I had that, but then didn't understand what to do with them. Will I this time? Maybe. Three of these. Chest goes in one. I leave with it. Other one goes in the other one. I enter the chest. I'm in the chest. I take the chest out. And I exit and I'm paradoxed. Okay, that is a way to get to this paradox that does not require timing a jump out of acid. I think that's all I'm going to learn today. That could maybe transport the chest back up this cliff, but I don't see how that's useful. This character's eyes are the only part of her face that move up and down when jumping, I think. I get this stretchy face on the way up and a squished face on the way down. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know what to do with this key. It doesn't do anything. I'm still discovering new properties of this puzzle, though, so exploration's not complete. Nah. Blah. That one doesn't feel good. I liked cupboard better. I'm going back there next time, I think, unless I want to try for this. How seriously did I attempt this crystal? I think not extremely seriously. I went for the ruby and I was good with that. Alley was the one with the rope. That one is horrifying. Elevator, I didn't get. Well, I didn't get. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the state of this. Other options I have are to go for paradoxes in other places that I know they exist. Like, I haven't even done a cupboard paradox. I'm not actually sure how to do it yet. And isn't there one that I just don't understand how to do at all? No, that's the ruby. There's one more ruby here that could only be an alley, or was it alley? But that didn't make any sense. Alright, so low tide. I learned new things. That's gonna have to be enough, I guess. I don't know. I'm leaving. Bye. See you next time.